running from a dark place. Stepping without question as my heart race. Fear fell and increased my heart rate. Desperate as Desperado with a guitar case.
What up, though? What's that nigga mind, man? We about to react to this video. Modern women are out at whatever it say. I jokingly said no to his proposal and he moved on. So we about to react to this shit, man. This about to be a nice little long video, so
I know that I look
ain't gonna be doing too much stopping it in between. We just about to get right into it.
crazy, and it's so embarrassing to come crying on the internet. But this stuff that I have been dealing with for 2 years.
Fellas, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a hot topic. Modern women are out to end men going their own way, but it's hitting them where it hurts. We'll explore the efforts to counter the men going their own way movement, why it's causing such a backlash, and the broader implications for modern relationships. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest videos. Let's jump right in and break it all down.
I believe we're at a pivotal moment in Gen Z dating right now. I write a newsletter about youth consumer trends where I track all of these things. And this story was published in The Cut yesterday. They talk about how dating is a total nightmare, obviously, for many people right now. But they get into the fact that singles have always complained about how hard it is to meet other singles. Women in particular have reached a breaking point. I did a story at the beginning of the year where I talked to like 10 Gen Zers about why the apps were so bad. This tells a larger story. It's not just the apps. This TikToker stood up on a date. It's about how frustrated she is with dating apps and trying to meet someone. Humiliated, she records this TikTok and it goes wildly viral. Sentiment shared by a lot of these women that they have full lives. This person who's quoted here is a pastry chef. She says 90% of the things I do alone. People want a partner, but they cannot find them. This woman says that she has not been able to find men in person as men look for younger women. She's gonna go up to a scantily clad 21-year-old who's having the time of her life and not a...
Look, they go for the young girl. They go for feminine, beautiful women. That's what niggas go for, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be in y'all 30s, y'all be letting yourself go, all that shit, man. Like, real talk.
A grumpy.
And they more, you know, submissive. They more likely to listen to what a man pitching and, you know, let him lead. You feel me? So, yeah, that's one reason.
31-year-old.
Well, a couple reasons.
This girl says that men are more interested in getting shit-faced in New York City, and she attributes this to like a post-pandemic thing where COVID derailed their prime sexual years, therefore they just don't want to settle down. Another woman here says that she thinks that if men have become more politically conservative, that this online network of men's rights activists are turning guys against women. So there's this confluence of apps are bad, but also men aren't interested in, you know, settling.
I gotta speak from a man's perspective. It be peaceful. Like right now, I'm single, and it's very fucking peaceful. I get in a relationship, it be totally different, man. It's always something. It's always some negativity, bro.
Down, and also men are more conservative. It makes the story more interesting.
It's like, not to keep cutting it off, but it's like you giving in exchange. You know what I'm saying? You compromising your peace for some pussy. Plain and simple.
Is that this I'm looking for a man in finance video has been going mega viral. Obviously it's super catchy, but it's more than that. I actually talked to CNBC for this story that Lewis is me, but there's this feeling right now with the trad wife and the stay-at-home girlfriend where women are feeling so burdened. We feel like we're never going to be able to own real estate. We're going to be working forever. Our jobs feel like they're going nowhere often, and we're exhausted. And
that part right there, man, been feeling that. Let's go.
There's something about a finance guy where it feels like an unlock. How does Girl on Couch ladder up to this? Part of the reason that this sentiment resonated so much, I'm not going to recite it because it's such an earworm that it'll get stuck in your head, but we all know it. Indicative of something bigger here. As I write in my letter, men in finance are known to be appealing in only a begrudging way. They have the reputation for lacking a personality, lacking time, lacking emotional intelligence. but they make up for it in money. And to Gen Z women specifically who are facing financial challenges like student loans, inflation, and frankly FOMO, I mean, those tickets to the Eras Tour in Europe cost a lot. Money has become more attractive than ever, but it's not just about being rich or greed. It's about unlocking things that women want and feel like they will never be able to have. To bring it back, it'd be very interesting to see.
And it's funny because they can get all of that shit, like she said, on a financial aspect, but it'd be a better looking dude somewhere. That's something she feel like she can't have, and she'll pursue that and ruin her whole family for that shit. Like, I see it all the time.
Where we are in 5 years with single Gen Zers, because the oldest Gen Zers right now are like 27, the youngest are 14. How many people get married in a generation? How many people have kids? Like, those are much larger, have larger economic implications. So while these are amusing trend stories and Megan Bonnie thing is funny and a TikTok earworm, also a much larger economic story. And that's why I think TikTok trends are so interesting.
It's time for women to reevaluate their standards and their approach to dating and relationships. It's completely wild that a woman getting stood up on a date makes headlines, while for men, this has always been part of the baseline in dating. Men are expected to face rejection and deal with it, but when women encounter the same, it's suddenly a big deal. Women created these new standards in dating and hookup culture, and now they whine when they face the consequences. They want to have their cake and eat it too. They pushed for progressive feminism.
The original saying is Kate. You can't have Kate and Edith too. So it ain't just a black thing. There's white or this AI saying it too.
And now they don't want to deal with the realities it has created. It's hypocritical and infuriating. It's interesting how, after years of progressive feminism, many women are reverting to the idea of not wanting to work and just having a man pay for everything. They create problems with their unreal.
They want to go back to traditional households, you know, essentially, but not be a nuclear family type thing. Like, I don't know, man.
Realistic standards, and then play the victim when things don't go their way. It's typical. What do they expect? They set the bar ridiculously high, wanting a man in finance, 6 feet 5 inches, blue eyes, and then they're surprised there aren't enough men who meet these criteria. It's laughable. Women have always been more materialistic, seeking partners who can unlock immediate financial benefits, rather than building something together from the ground up. It's infuriating how they blame men in society for their own unrealistic expectations and poor choices. They want successful men, but don't want to deal with what comes with it. They expect men to be perfect, without realizing that their own standards are flawed. Women need to take a hard look in the mirror and recognize that their approach is not sustainable. They can't keep blaming men and feminism for their problems while continuing to uphold these unattainable standards. They need to be realistic about what they bring to the
So yeah, dude, you know, whatever, saying a lot of real shit, you feel me?
Table and what they expect from a partner. If they continue down this path, they'll end up alone and bitter, victims of their own making.
You didn't like him? Why is that? Why do you say he was awful?
He was just very possessive. Yes, he had traditional views, but it was very like, no, you are mine. Like, gross.
He didn't like that I liked to party.
Just a lot of the comments that he made were very misogynistic and very, like, not okay. Just like, oh, I don't want anybody else to see your body. Just the way that it was said.
Like, how's that fucking misogynistic? That's stupidity at its finest.
I feel like is...
So he didn't want you going out partying. He wanted you to dress modestly. Were there any other things that you considered misogynistic?
Well, he for sure thinks that men are better than women. He didn't want her to have a career.
He was very fast with like talking about the future, and he was like, would you want to still work if you had children?
This guy's my hero. Like, I mean, everything that he's saying sounds awesome. I don't actually understand what the problem is. Like, he sounds great.
Yeah, I think...
It's clear that many women...
Her mind just went empty, because it ain't nothing logical there. There's no sense in what the fuck is going through their head. It's just like what I said earlier. Even if you give them everything they want, they'll see something better in somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But the idiots, there's some good women out here, you know, they just love you, but these idiots here.
Women have been conditioned to criminalize virtuous desires in men, which creates a toxic dating environment. The ease with which some women throw around false accusations is indeed infuriating and contributes to a climate of mistrust. They often want the best of both worlds without understanding why they can't have it both ways. Many women desire a man who respects them, yet they often struggle to reciprocate that respect. They want to be seen and admired publicly while also desiring a man who fits their often contradictory standards. This confusion leads to a situation where they want a man to be in control, but only in ways they dictate, which is fundamentally flawed. This issue highlights the broader problem today: women seeking everything their way without any willingness to contribute to equality. They want all the benefits without the accompanying accountability or responsibility. The desire for a strong, protective man who they can...
Like he's saying in that, but like, I was just looking at a video where it was like, if the draft had to draft women, you know what I'm saying, should they do that or some shit? They all was like so-called feminists that want equality. They were like, oh, no. There was only one of them that was like, yeah, but it was like all the rest of them was like, nah, because shit, we don't want to go. You know, so the one chick was like, shit, you know, the men, I'm pretty sure it's a bunch of men that don't want to go, and they have to go. And that's the only one that said, like, okay, yeah, if they were driving people, I believe, you know, women should have to go too. You feel me? But the rest of them were like, hell no. So these feminists, they don't even agree on the same shit, which is crazy.
Can control reveals an unrealistic expectation that is impossible to meet. These women often dream of being a queen with their man as a knight in shining armor who serves them unconditionally. This dynamic is unsustainable and often results in single motherhood, which is prevalent among many modern women. The influence of feminism has led to a mindset where many women feel entitled to perpetual benefits without any corresponding responsibilities, further damaging relationships and contributing to societal misery.
Or consequences for actions as well. It's like they don't have no fear of consequences.
Misogyny is
even when they fuck up.
Often misused by women who don't fully understand its meaning, using it to justify their unreasonable expectations. Single women, in particular, often keep other women single by encouraging them to uphold these unrealistic standards. This is why many men are now looking for partners outside their own countries, seeking women who have not been influenced by these damaging ideologies. New Age women have become more toxic than men from any era, creating an environment where trust and respect are hard to find. The only solution is for men to stay the course and let these women live their lives without engaging in their toxic games. Let them face the consequences of their choices while men seek genuine, respectful relationships elsewhere.
I really don't know when there was this shift in dating. Like in my mind, men chase women. Men chase women. Women get courted. Okay? That's the end of the story. Nothing drives me more insane than seeing these bum dudes ghost these stunning girls.
She wanted to say bum ass niggas so bad. You like I seen it. She's like dudes. Like, but she caught herself.
This is absolutely insane. It's insane. This should not be happening, especially at the rate that this is happening. I hate the word playing games, but it's about time that these gorgeous women take that little deck of cards back into their own hands. I think a big problem for this is coming on Tuesday.
And date down. Like we have to do all the time. We date down. So y'all better start dating down. Stop trying to date up. Y'all get more dates.
Strong too soon and worshiping these men for giving absolutely nothing. Also clinging to them and being so easily accessible. Stop saying yes to their plans if they're asking you to come over at 11 p.m. on a random Wednesday. They should be asking you on a date to go out on Thursday night, and they should have asked you that on Monday. I have tried to explain this in like a really like...
See, that's why she gonna be single, like, when that beauty star fading, for real.
Pleasant way before. But it does not seem to be getting through.
Don't even give these men the opportunity to ghost you, because you should be dating multiple people, especially in the beginning when you're seeing somebody. There's no reason for you to be committed to them unless you're in an exclusive girlfriend-boyfriend relationship. Now, I'm not saying that you need to sleep with multiple people. I'm not suggesting that. You can do what you want. I would literally never judge you in a million years. But you are available to date multiple people unless you're in a relationship. So stop acting like these crusty guys. You owe the world.
She playing those games.
To need a.
That's why, and she exposing herself, which is making it work. Like, that's the thing about the internet, man. Like, you exposing yourself to people that's not dumbfounded and shit, and really listen to what the fuck you saying. Like,
drop everything every time they want to see you. Deserve your time, because the fact is, when they realize that you're so accessible 24/7, drop you like a fly. I promise you. Human nature, sadly, unfortunately, enjoys a little bit.
And she say she promised you because she's talking about her own experiences from being that little thought pocket. It's like I don't know her, but her own experiences. She was like, she done made herself accessible, being banged all day. You know, dude like come over and say like, and she been through this several times, and she like, you know what, this is reality. But that's your reality because you gotta strengthen your mind and get smarter, man. Like, and stay off social media. Social media be fucking up everybody, man.
Bit of a chase, and that's probably why you like these guys that are ghosting you, because you're making up in your head all these amazing qualities that they have that you've never even seen, just because you don't know them enough. So please stop giving these crusty men the time of day. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your friends, enjoy dating multiple people. Don't cling on to guys too fast, and just be smart about this. You need to drop a guy, you need to just drop him.
That is just stop pocket culture, man. Date multiple, like, you encouraging that? Come on.
He's doing these things, okay? Trust me. He's only texting you late at night to see you. Not asking you on real dates. Yep. And if he hasn't spoken to you in 2 weeks, no text, no call, no. If he's on his phone a lot when you're together, also no. I could literally tell you 1,000 more, but the thing that I really want you to take away from this video is that you're valuable, and you do not need to be desperately clinging to these men that don't deserve you. Thanks.
We've all heard about the sexual revolution and how women became liberated. But what did that really mean for relationships? Essentially, the price of intimacy dropped. Men learned that it was easier to hit and quit rather than commit to a relationship.
Facts.
The quality of women willing to
Facts.
engage in long-term relationships has severely declined. Many women call themselves
Because of rhetoric like this.
feminists, but they
Not what he talking about, but what she was talking about.
still want men to uphold traditional roles. Why should men have to be traditional when women aren't? There's a glaring double standard at play. Women expect men to commit 100% of their resources, but they don't want to commit to traditional roles themselves. Why don't these women hold themselves to the same standards they expect from men? They want it both ways, and it's just not fair. If there's no reason for women to commit to men, why should men go all in financially? Unfortunately, modern women seem to respond more to toxic relationships. They're often chasing the same type of guys, finding excitement in toxicity rather than stability. Meanwhile, men who would treat them better remain invisible. It's only when these women get older and the
Facts.
players lose interest that they start
that
noticing
there.
the good guys.
I think I explained that earlier.
Today's women often have bad attitudes and a lack of morals, no matter how good they look. Men are waking up to this reality. Women need to start taking accountability for their actions if they want men to chase them. Right now, the majority of women aren't worth courting. They become the prize for the men they don't actually want, leaving men feeling tired and disillusioned. In the end, men are fed up with the current dating scene. They don't want to deal with women who have bad attitudes, lack morals, and offer nothing beyond their looks.
And they be understanding. And I'm not saying because this white woman, whatever, she probably, I don't know, whatever, but that's why a lot of black dudes be fucking with white women, man, because they be agreeable. They be knowing when to shut the fuck up. And I'm not saying I dated any or if I'm going to, but the ones I've been around or had fucked, you know what I'm saying, that was they thing, you know what I'm saying? That was just my personal experience with it. So I see why a lot of niggas do that. So I just gotta find me a nerdy black girl, dog, that's like super, you know, whitish acting, I guess.
Need to start taking accountability if they want to see a change. Until
that shit will get irritating too. Cause wait, let me stop it there. Cause you have a kid. I did have that one time. You have a kid. It's gonna be hard for you to instill any, unless, man. Well, I know my position, but I'm just speaking for the niggas that be living in that Harry Potter fairy tale land. You get a kid with a certain woman, you know what I'm saying, and she don't like verbal, you being loud or being a man, y'all gonna split. And like mostly white women had that, you know, type of, please don't yell at him. He's gonna think like that. Or don't whoop him. All of that shit, you feel me? So just be careful, man.
Till then, men will continue to choose the single life over dealing with the frustrations of modern dating.
If my boyfriend asks me to marry him, I'm going to say no. Why am I going to say no? Because we started dating 5 years ago.
Okay.
And then a month after we started dating, his friend started dating his girlfriend.
Okay.
And they had a kid after 2 years of being together. We had our daughter after 4 years of being together. His friend pays all the bills in their home. We pay 50-50.
This right here is one of the biggest reasons why relationships end too. Because the woman is looking at other people fucking relationship. Do niggas do that? Not really. We don't really give a fuck what nobody else got going in their relationship. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they got going, that's them. You know what I'm saying? Even the beatings, whatever the fuck. That's what they do. But what we got in our relationship, that's us. So if that motherfucker paying all the bills over in this crib, that's what he doing. We paying 50-50 over here, that's what we doing. Don't be paying attention to what the fuck they going. When they had their kid, when they had their anniversary, all that shit, that's none of my business. Baby glad I probably remember our fucking anniversary. Fuck.
His friend got engaged last.
And these be the things that don't matter to men, like birthdays. Nigga miss out on your birthday. Nigga don't really be caring. We don't fall out over shit like that, but women do. Let's go.
And we haven't gotten engaged. His friend got married this past weekend.
Okay.
And the crazy thing is that when we started talking, he said, if we last a year, I'd like to get married and try for a baby. So a year came by, nothing. Okay. Then he said, well, maybe after 3 years, let's look.
He probably wasn't ready yet. Shit.
Look at it like a.
We can't rush y'all, motherfucker.
A lease payment. You get 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years came by, nothing. And then he said maybe 5. 5 is a big deal.
Okay.
Bet. 5 came. Nothing.
But a kid.
So.
But a kid, though.
I got tired of dropping hints. Got tired of sending ring photos.
Dropping hints and what the? What?
And I was just hoping
we not kids
that it would happen. So he goes to his friend's wedding this weekend, and I'm hoping that it would be a motivator. But to be honest, at this point, I don't even care. Like, I really don't care. Mm-hmm. Like the magic of the idea of how he would propose and all of that, it's like
imaginary.
If you had that much doubt about marrying me, now I have these doubts. Yeah. Like, why? What do you need? What's not enough? Shoot, I know I'm enough. You're not about to make me feel insecure. So he said, well, I made you the mother of my first and only child, and that should be good enough because
that's the marriage.
That's a big deal. That's forever. And yeah, it's a big deal. That's forever. But like, damn, I'm good enough to be your baby mama, but I'm not good enough to be your wife. So at this point, I'm.
And this what y'all, a lot of y'all don't get. The contract. There's a literal contract. Like, why am I going to put myself in this? It's not a 50-50 contract. It's a 90-10 contract. You fuck up, you win. I fuck up, you win. You win either way.
Like, if he proposes, I'm gonna say no. Why? Because
she said she gonna say no.
If it took him so long and he had so many doubts, he thinks it's all under his control, his power. Like,
it is.
When I feel like it, that's when I'm gonna propose, and she's just gonna say yes.
That's when.
No, I have some say too.
Men control marriage.
I have some say too, and I can say no. Just because you propose doesn't mean I'm gonna say yes. Like, for me to say yes, he's gonna have to pull off a really, really, really nice
extravagant
proposal, like something super romantic, like Backstreet Boys in the
No.
background, flower petals, pink flower petals.
See, now she throwing shit on the net.
Maybe a violin.
Another hint.
On the beach, or in front of the castle at Magic Kingdom.
Still,
with fireworks.
Still imagination. She got imagination.
Something to make it feel like it was worth waiting. Damn near 6 years, because we're about to be together for 6 years.
So by this time, if he would have married you, say a year or 2 years afterwards, it'd be switching from that to fucking divorce right now. You be talking about why you divorcing.
This July. So come July, and there's no proposal, I'm gonna say no. If he ever asks. And if he doesn't ask,
fuck it. You just gonna be with him.
Guess I'm just his baby mama.
First off, let's address the elephant in the room. Comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy, is a saying for a reason. The moment she started comparing herself to her boyfriend's friend and his wife, she set herself up for disappointment. It's easy to look at someone else's life and think they have it all, but we rarely see the full picture. Throughout the entire video, she insists she doesn't care about getting married anymore. But let's be honest, she clearly cares. Her feelings are hurt, and she's jealous. Not only is she jealous of his friend's new wife, but she's also frustrated that her boyfriend isn't the man she wants him to be. She keeps comparing her relationship to theirs, which is a huge problem. This brings us to a critical point. She's blaming her boyfriend for not living up to her expectations, but she's not taking responsibility for her own happiness. She's been with him for 5 years and feels like she's just a baby mama. If that's not what she wants, why has she stayed in the relationship? It's easy to point fingers, but she needs to look at her own choices too. And then there's the lavish proposal she's dreaming of. Sure, everyone wants a memorable proposal, but when you make it all about a grand gesture, you lose sight of what's really important, the commitment and love behind it.
Look, next time, I'm gonna skip everything this motherfucker's saying, because I'm essentially saying the same shit.
Maybe her boyfriend hasn't proposed because he feels the pressure of her high expectations. If she wants a proposal, she should focus on building a strong, supportive relationship rather than demanding a fairy tale. And here's another harsh truth. She's jealous of his friend's wife, but what does that really say about her? Jealousy often reveals some women's own insecurities. Instead of blaming her boyfriend or his friend's wife, she should take a hard look at herself and figure out why she's feeling this way. Is it because she's not happy with herself or her own life choices? Blaming others is easy, but it doesn't solve anything. Lastly, let's address the expectation she has. She wants her boyfriend.
Before you get into that, I think the friend, she probably wanted to fuck with the friend first and start fucking with him and thinking he was gonna be like the friend, and nigga wasn't at all.
Friend to be someone he's not. If she's not happy with who he is after 5 years, maybe it's time for her to move on instead of trying to change him. It's not fair to him, and it's not fair to her. Relationships are about accepting and loving each other for who you are, not trying to mold someone into your ideal partner.
I turned 29 in a few days, and I am very single. I just have heard a lot of conversations lately about the dating culture, particularly here in Melbourne. I go on dates. I enjoy it. Dealt a lot of rejection. And after a while, you start to question what it is about yourself. There's only so many times that you can hear, "You're great," but to wonder what it is about me. you know? I so badly want someone to share life with, and my heart is constantly open. A lot of people in my life have said, just take a break. That could be what I need to do. I won't get out what I want unless I put in the work. Maybe he's out there. Maybe you're watching Man of Melbourne, 29 and above. You know, it's a really cool tradie. Maybe he plays AFL. I don't know. You never know the power of the internet, and I have hope, and I hope that he is out there. If you're watching, or if you know someone who should be watching, slide in. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Like she seemed a little cool, man.
First off, let's ask a critical question. What exactly do modern women bring to the table? Many women today are held hostage by their own unrealistic choices. They've told men they don't need them, proclaiming they are strong, independent women who can do it all without a man.
Well, this one's not saying that, but I don't know.
This mindset has led to a significant
But it said learning to be vulnerable, so she just probably don't open up to new dudes, and dudes be like, I can't really mess with it. I don't know.
Shift in dating dynamics. Remember the movements that highlighted how men supposedly didn't take no for an answer? These movements led to men facing severe consequences, with some even going to jail because of the hashtag #MeToo movement. Women demanded respect and wanted men to stop approaching them constantly. So, men listened. They respected these wishes and went on their way, finding women with different, more approachable attitudes. The core issue here is mixed messages. Women need to make up their minds about what they really want in life. They need to communicate honestly with men and tell them what they're looking for. Mixed messages just don't work. Men are left confused, unsure of whether to be traditional providers or to treat women as entirely independent equals. The proclamation of independence and the demand for respect have had unintended consequences. Men have adapted by seeking out relationships with women who have clearer expectations and more cooperative attitudes. Modern women, meanwhile, find themselves trapped by the very standards they set. They wanted independence and respect, but now they struggle with the lack of traditional commitment from men. In the end, women need to reevaluate their expectations and communicate clearly with men. If they want traditional relationships, they need to bring traditional values to the table. Men are tired of the mixed signals and the unrealistic demands. It's time for a genuine conversation about what both sides want and need.
So I've been seeing this stuff going around social media where 1 minute ladies want to be independent, do their own thing, and then the next they want a man to take care of them. So my question is, women, as a collective, what do we really want? We keep saying we fighting for equality, which I don't know why. We already have equality. There's no reason to fight for something we already have.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Because the women before us already did.
This is a smart woman right here. Smart, beautiful woman.
Did that. So we fought for equality, and we were saying we were so oppressed and we couldn't work and the man wouldn't let us do anything. Now we're able to work, and now a man saying, hey, you work now, you should contribute to the household. Now it's, why do I have to contribute? Another thing that's annoying, why is, as black people, we're always comparing ourselves to other races? Stop acting like black men are the only ones asking for a woman to help out in the household. That is not the case. How many times you seen other race of women helping out in the household or helping out outside the household? A lot. So we have to choose. Either we want to work and be independent and help out, or we want to be oppressed and sit at home and cook and clean.
It's clear that many women today want the best of both worlds. A grizzly bear and a man who can protect and provide,
that's crazy.
while also being sensitive and catering to their every emotional whim. Their feelings dictate their expectations,
I hate he mentioned that bear shit, man.
which often leads to wildly unrealistic standards. These women often want a man who is tough and rugged, yet also emotionally available and understanding. They seek a partner who can dominate the world and then come home to be a loving, attentive partner who fulfills their every emotional need. This is a fantasy that rarely, if ever, exists in reality. The problem is that their feelings and desires are constantly shifting. One day, they might want a strong, silent type, and the next, they might crave someone who can talk about their feelings for hours. This inconsistency makes it nearly impossible for any man to meet their expectations, leading to a perpetual state of dissatisfaction. It's no wonder that so many men are opting out of the dating scene altogether. They see the impossible standards set by women and realize that no matter how hard they try, they will never be enough. This constant shifting of expectations and reliance on feelings over rational thought creates a no-win situation for men. Women need to take a hard look at their expectations and realize that no man can be everything they want all the time. They need to understand that relationships are about compromise, mutual respect, and realistic expectations.
And that's true. Realistic expectations is the main part, though. The realistic expectations.
Until they do, they will continue to set themselves up for disappointment and loneliness. By blaming men for not meeting their ever-changing standards, they are missing the point. The issue lies in their own unrealistic expectations and their inability to understand that relationships require effort and compromise from both sides. Until they can come to terms with this, they will continue to be dissatisfied and alone, living with their cats and wondering where all the good men have gone.
This is a list of jobs that my future husband cannot have. Number one, I've realised recently, is a police officer. I cannot have a police officer, and purely on the fact that, what do you mean you are handcuffing another woman? What do you mean? Sorry, no,
man.
thank you. Number two, quite obviously, is...
Okay. I was going to agree with her on that. Like, okay, you probably don't want to deal with somebody that's life is on the line every day and it's a possibility they're going to die. But her reasoning for it just threw me the fuck off. So, that was funny. But let's continue and see what else dumb shit she said.
I don't want my future husband to have the job title as a masseuse or a massage therapist or someone who...
Okay, all of them based in jealousy, because the first one was based on if he arrested a female. And this one is a masseuse because he had his hands touching. You know, a massage therapist, you know, touching on other women.
Massages? Sorry, why are you touching other women? Why are you doing that? No.
This gotta, like, she's probably joking though, you know. This is probably all in fun.
Thank you. Number three is someone who works in customer service. Sorry, you're talking to other women? No.
Yes, this is definitely a joke.
Funny.
But she probably, you know, being serious at the same time.
You're not. You cannot do that. Sorry. Number four is a firefighter. I really used to love firefighters, but recently, no thank you, because what do you mean you're saving other women? What do you mean you're rescuing other women and putting them over your shoulder? Sorry, no. Sorry, not happening. Number five is pretty much any job that you have to work with other people. No. You can be a businessman who works on his own. That's literally the only job title, unfortunately. I will. Or if you work with other...
But that's... as a businessman, he gonna have to talk to other women still. Even though she's joking. Seriously.
Men? Fine. I'll let you off on that one. I'll let you off. If a woman comes around, unfortunately, you have to quit the job.
With this mindset and her laundry list of expectations, she has already set herself up for disappointment. It's clear that many women today have unrealistic standards that no man can meet.
I ain't even gonna listen to that rest of that, but for the most part, it was an interesting video. Whoever doing the narration, I believe AI, and they pretty much summed up what I was saying already, you know, after I said it. So y'all know where the source came from. For the most part, man, if y'all want more material or content like this, man, put it in the comment sections. Like, subscribe, and share. Stay peaceful, productive, and positive. It's that nigga Mom, and you know, much love.
Running from a dark place, stepping without question as my heart race. Fear fell and increased my heart rate. Desperate as desperado with a guitar case.